Who's got a good question? Anybody got a good one? I didn't think so.
I got one.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about tempo and how it's gone this year and your depth and so forth, and the fact it's going to be kind of warm. You guys right now are fourth in the country in most defensive plays run. Are you comfortable with your depth to the point where that's not going to be an issue going forward, or do you feel like you want to make some kind of adjustment to get that number down?
No, I really don't think so. I think we've looked at everything, differentials, offensive numbers to our defensive numbers, point differential, rushing differential, time of possession differential, snap differential. And what we've come up with really, after 3 games is, we're still kind of early, but we got a sense of what our strengths and weaknesses are, and we're just going to play to those and kind of let the numbers say what they say right now. We usually use the bye week as a full analysis of kind of where we are and any kind of adjustments that we need to make. So it's, I don't want to say it's too early, but it's not a time for us to delve into those numbers at great depth. We're going to try to really focus on who we are and go to our strengths and develop our weaknesses.
Along those same lines, is there anybody among your redshirting freshmen that have either pushed their way into your thoughts because they're just playing so well on scout team, or you think, you know what, it wouldn't be bad to add depth at certain positions? Anybody jumping out at you among those redshirting freshmen?
You mean Fidiacs, like first time in school, like the true freshman?
Wusu, Ewell, Kobe, Wardlow, that group.
No, they're all developmental guys right now. I think they're all going to be very talented players for us. But, I think without having the chance to really develop a lot of the teaching, you would have to be, a specialist in some fashion, or somebody that really we had to delve into that position because of just a glaring weakness, and we don't have that. So I would say right now, unless something drastic changes, you won't see any of those guys on the field this year.
Brian, Tony Jones Jr.
Yeah, I mean, he's making progress. It'll be a game day decision.
Anybody else injury-wise that you're got an eye on this week?
No, it's just Tony, really. We haven't had anything that, we had some guys with the normal, let's be careful of their load, and where we monitor them during the week, but nobody that would be out, for Saturday's game. Yeah, he should be fine. Yep.
C.J. Sanders hasn't played a whole lot other than special teams. What's the gap between him and the receiver rotation right now?
Well, C.J. last year was much more of a slot receiver for us, and we've moved him out onto the perimeter, which has put him in a position where with Cam, Cam's just physically a better blocker, so that has kind of eaten up some of his reps out there. And then we've moved Chase out there as well, so it's really a matter of if all things were equal, we would play CJ over Michael, the true freshman. It's so. Do you move him back into the slot? We're pretty comfortable with moving guys around at this point at that position because of our need to put bigger body guys in the offense with the tight end at that position. So it's not that he's really done anything from last year to this year wrong. He's actually stronger. I think he's a better football player. You're going to see him on the field. You haven't seen him obviously up to this point, but as the season progresses, he's going to contribute.
If there is a time for Stepherson to be reintegrated into what you're doing, how much practice would he need to get up to speed? I'm assuming it's similar to what we saw in camp, where he's sort of off to the side and not taking it full reps right now.
Well, he's had a good month. His last month has been pretty good. He's been pretty consistent, working to do the right things in the classroom, and has exhibited the things that I've been looking for. So he's been working out with us, for the last week or so. Yeah, he's been repping with us, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, he's still got a ways to go, but he's making progress.
And with this may be something you put off until the bye week, but punt returns. How would you evaluate at this point? Do you want to look at other options to be more dynamic, or are you pretty happy with Chris?
I'm really happy with Chris. One caveat to that. We've been in a number of fourth down situations where we've asked for a fair catch and he hasn't fair caught it. We have to be better there. He's got to fair catch those balls. He's very confident back there catching the football. Other than that, we have to do a better job on one of our gunners has got to do a better job on hold up. We think we had an opportunity for a couple of good returns. We're pleased with him. There won't be a change there. If there's a change, it'll be at one of the gunners.
Just generally speaking, how happy have you been with, having back-to-back road games? How happy have you been with just the refocus of the guys coming off of a road game, coming back, and just getting back to work and preparing for another one? Yeah,
so we've really worked hard. Beginning with the start of the season, going from Temple to Georgia, from Georgia to BC, obviously to Michigan State, in terms of, building that routine of after a game, coming back Monday and refocusing. I think our guys have done a good job. They know what that routine is of refocusing back and preparing for the next opponent. I think they've done a really good job. They've had a good week of practice. They prepared today in very hot conditions, and which they'll need it because it's going to be hot on Saturday. So it's been good. Our preparation in terms of our intensity level, and I don't mean physical intensity, I mean our mental intensity, has been good. That's where I thought we lapsed a couple of times against Boston College, not necessarily in physical intensity, but our mental intensity lapsed a little bit. I thought we picked that up this week. I really like the progress Brandon made this week in terms of what we're doing offensively. So, as the head coach, I like our preparation. I like what we've done. Our coaches have prepared our football team. I think I've prepared them from a practice plan, and we got one more day tomorrow to clean up some things, but feel good about going into the Michigan State game.
Now, what have you done with EQ and I guess all the receivers to handle press coverage and opponents being physical at the line of scrimmage, which they will likely be this weekend?
I'm not really sure how to answer the question. We have to have a variety of things. We can't just, give singular releases for our receivers, right? I mean, we have to have an assortment of releases. If you knew that Equanimeous was just going to run a go route, wouldn't it be pretty easy to defend him? So there has to be a variety of throws and releases to complement, a player of that skill level. So, that has to continue to get better.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.